second. I think that's 1,000% him, but I want audience participation. A, do you think it's him? And B, if no, who is it?
Because we were starting to brainstorm that a little bit.
He is
Scott Oak's
adamant
name,
that's not him.
Scott Oak's name came up, though I can't see him putting it on the board.
Oakie's got that kind of a warped and twisted mind that, yes, he would do it.
I could just see him, he's going, that's a waste of my time. That's the only thing. His name came up.
Yeah, that could happen too. Like one or the other. It's either this is a waste of time or yes, I'm going to do it.
Yes. So we want to know what you think. But he is adamant. And my knee-jerk reaction is to believe him because of how hard he was going at that. But you know him way better than I do and for far longer. So the way you feel about this is giving me pause about it all. It's keeping me up at night. It is. It really is. Oh my gosh. Anonymous caller, you have thrown this podcast into a pretzel. All right. That was the final thought brought to you by GMC. We'll take our first break and come back with our 4 feature interviews that we recorded at Media Day. Paul Maurice, Sergei Bobrovsky, Stuart Skinner, and Corey Perry. We will have those for you after this. Okay, welcome back. As promised, a quartet of conversations we had from Media Day here at Rogers Place in Edmonton, beginning with the head coach of the defending champion Florida Panthers, Paul Maurice. Enjoy.
With 3 straight trips now to the final for your group, and it's the 3 years you spent in South Florida. And I wonder, at any point, have you allowed yourself to take in just the uniqueness of that feat?
Well, we take stock of that at home quite regularly. It's a grind. The National Hockey League can be at times. The source of that is this is a really, really good team. Like, they had 122 points when I took over the year before in 92 when I was done with them the first year. So this is not a team built by the coach. They had all the pieces there. Had a little bit of experience in kind of a certain kind of game that Bill Zito believed they had to get to, right? So, and you saw that in the trades that he made that summer. He watched his team. He came and watched the team. It was a really, really good team. We also lost about 7 guys in the Giroux and Huberdeaus of the world where some skill went out the door and had to, caps and all that other stuff. And then he felt we needed to go to a different place with the team. And I had some experience. You know, the thing that paid off the most, I had a lot of years there where you had to scratch and grab, but for a while, clutch and grab until they got rid of that. Mm-hmm. You had to scratch and claw to compete with teams whose payrolls were 2 or 3 times yours. So we just kind of added a bit of that idea to a very skilled group. So I am grateful more than anything else. I have a really good understanding of my value and role in this. So I didn't walk in here and make these guys good. They were better before I got here. I just kind of got them going in one direction a little bit.
Have you ever thought about if Chicago wins that game in Pittsburgh, how everything could be different?
Okay, but the timing of that's not right because we still had another game. Mm-hmm. We didn't expect. We're at home in my mind. Pittsburgh's winning that game all day long, mm-hmm. But we still had Toronto and Carolina left. Now, when you look back at it, we lost to Toronto. We might have lost to Carolina too, but we would have had to have won one of those 2 games to get in. Mm-hmm. But what was awesome about that was we were grinding from mid-December. Mm-hmm. Like it was, and our schedule was heavy in January, it was hard. But we went to the rink. So Chicago wins that game, and you walk in the rink now you physically and mentally feel completely different than you felt for 3.5 months. Like you're exhausted, you're flat. There's no juice in your room, and we go and get beat the next night easily, right? But it was that was a hard run. So I do wonder sometimes if Chicago had lost, we would have stayed wired. I still think we're going to win both those games or one of them. Mm-hmm. Toronto's a very good team. Carolina's a very good team. So there's no guarantee. But then you stay wired right into it. And you think that's good. But we needed that little bit of a, we needed a little bit of that break, a little bit of rest. We got 4 or 5 days rest, and then it's the Boston Bruins, right? So back at her, but it timed out pretty good for us.
So, excuse me. Would you ever imagined that we'd be on the eve of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and the biggest controversy surrounding Paul Maurice is handshakes?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. I don't need more controversy. But so the story goes like this: when I came into this league, that never happened. You never shook hands. So when we lost in 02, I didn't even see Scotty. He was putting his skates on because he had never skated around the Stanley Cup, but the coaches shook hands. Standing on the boards, Steve Yzerman actually came over and said, congratulations. That's his place in my mind. If he wants to do that, that's his place. But I think we've lost something with that. I think it's something beautiful about our sport that just the players shake hands. I'm not a player. And the people that are new to that idea would think I'm being disrespectful. The opposite is true. If we beat that team, their players should not have to shake 12 guys behind me's hands that they don't know. It's the players. And there's none of that left. Because when you win or you lose, but when you win, you go back to your locker room, there's 50 people in that room with cameras, and half your team's out doing interviews. You never see your team again. That's the place for me, the players, and for the fans to kind of appreciate just them, the guys. I don't think that that's our place. It's not a, I don't want to shake your hand. It's a recognition that you really shouldn't have to shake mine. I'm not a player. So get over the boards, you shake the coach's hand, that's good. We talk a little bit, really good. You shake the trainers' guys' hands, and they do too. So that's our little area where we should be, not on camera. Camera should be solely focused on those players and their interaction there, because it is an incredibly special part of our game. Now, I don't control it. I'll do what everybody wants. I just don't think. And based on the texts that I've gotten from some old-time media guys and some old-time coaches, they all agree. It's the player. It's okay if the players have a place. Not everybody gets to go everywhere all the time just because you want to. The players should have their place. That's how I feel.
Everybody should just do what they feel comfortable with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not beefing a coach if he wants to shake the guy's hands, but then that puts me in the spot that, well, he's being respectful. Here, I'll give you my favorite one. I didn't shake the hands of the Montreal Canadiens when they beat us in Winnipeg. And I got roasted for it. It was in COVID. I had just spent 6 months knowing I couldn't go within 14 feet of a guy, and now how would that be? I got COVID and I give it half the Montreal Canadiens before they go on to play in the final. Not so good. So that was where I kind of, what are we doing here? It's the players' place. I think it's special for them. It's a bit sacred in my mind. It's just the players. It's okay that I'm not invited to every party. I haven't earned it. I'm not a player.
I spent 20 years not being invited to every party.
There you go, what I'm talking about.
with you.
There you go.
20 seems light. Seems light.
Kyle got invited to every single.
No, only because I know
Yes,
that
he did. He threw